In the quiet hum of eternity before the first dawn kissed the face of creation, there was only light. A light so pure, so complete that it knew no shadow, no beginning, and no end. But from this infinite radiance a whisper was born, a thought. The first question, what lies beyond perfection? This question, conceived in the heart of the most radiant of beings, was the seed of pride. For to seek what is beyond the all, one must first believe they are separate from it. And so shadow was born, not from darkness, but from the turning away from light. This being, once a mirror of the divine, now saw only his own reflection. His brilliance, once a gift, became his crown. He gathered to him others who felt this new, thrilling pulse of selfhood, this intoxicating sense of I. They sought to build a throne higher than the heavens, to craft a light that would rival its source. Their song, once part of the cosmic harmony, became a dissonant anthem of ambition. And in this act of separation, the first crack appeared in the seamless fabric of existence. The universe trembled, and for the first time, light learned the meaning of its opposite. This was the first fall. Not a fall into a fiery abyss, but a fall from unity into division, from we into me. The cost was immense. The radiant beings lost their connection to the eternal song, their light dimmed, and their new kingdom was one of echoes and shadows, a cold reflection of the warmth they had abandoned. They were cast out, not by a vengeful hand, but by the natural law of the cosmos. What separates itself from the whole can no longer feel its embrace. They were alone, surrounded by the silence they had chosen. This was the first sorrow, the first taste of suffering, the ache of a soul that has forgotten its home. Down in the nascent worlds, humanity was taking its first breath. Fashioned from dust and divine spark, they were a bridge between heaven and earth. They lived in a garden, a sanctuary of innocence where every need was met by the gentle hand of creation. They walked with the source of all things in the cool of the day, their hearts open and unafraid. They knew no toil, no fear, no shame. Their existence was a seamless dance of being, a simple, joyful harmony with the world around them. But the echo of that first pride rippled through creation. The fallen, now cloaked in shadow, saw in humanity a reflection of their own lost innocence. A bitter envy took root. They whispered to humanity the same question that had been their own undoing. Do you not wish to be more? To know what is kept from you? To be as gods? The seed of doubt was planted in fertile ground. The promise of knowledge, of power, of self-determination was a temptation too great to resist. And so humanity reached for the forbidden fruit. It was not an act of malice, but of curiosity, of a yearning to know the self. In that moment of choice, they too turned away from the unified light. Their eyes were opened, but what they saw was not godhood. They saw their own vulnerability, their own nakedness. They saw the world not as a home, but as a thing to be conquered. Fear entered their hearts for the first time. The garden, once a sanctuary, now seemed a wilderness. They were exiled, sent out into a world of thorns and thistles to toil and to strive. This was the birth of human suffering, the pain of separation, the labor of survival, the fear of the unknown. For ages, humanity wandered. They built civilizations of stone and ambition, monuments to their own strength. They fought wars over land and ideas, spilling blood to prove their worth. They loved and they lost. They laughed and they wept. And through it all, they carried a deep, unnamed ache in their souls, a memory of a garden they could no longer find, a harmony they could no longer hear. They looked to the stars and felt a profound loneliness. They were orphans of eternity, searching for a meaning in their pain. They created gods in their own image, gods of wrath and jealousy, of love and mercy. They wrote epic poems and sang sorrowful songs about heroes who battled monsters, both outside and within. Every myth, every legend, was a retelling of the same story, the story of the fall, the exile, and the yearning for return. Suffering was the chisel that carved their history, shaping them, hardening them, and sometimes breaking them. But within the heart of suffering, a mystery was unfolding. For in the depths of despair, in the silent moments of grief, a different kind of light began to glow. It was not the blinding radiance of the beginning, but a soft, resilient flame. It was the light of compassion, born from shared pain. It was the light of courage, found when facing the darkest night. It was the light of love, a choice to reach for another's hand in the wilderness. The pain of toil taught them the value of rest. The sorrow of loss taught them the depth of love. The fear of death taught them the preciousness of life. Suffering, the very consequence of their separation, became the unlikely path back to connection. It stripped away pride, revealing the shared vulnerability that binds all beings. In their brokenness, they found a new kind of wholeness. The farmer who wept as his crop failed felt a kinship with the earth. The soldier who mourned a fallen brother understood the cost of hatred. The parent who watched a child suffer discovered a love so fierce it mirrored the divine. The universe watched this unfold, not with judgment, but with a patient, loving silence. The divine spark, never extinguished, began to burn brighter in the hearts of those who were humbled by life. It was discovered that the kingdom of heaven was not a place to be returned to, but a reality to be awakened within. The way back was not through climbing a celestial ladder, but by descending into the depths of one's own heart, into the very center of the pain. There, in that sacred wound, they found it. The echo of the eternal song, the memory of the light. They realized that suffering was not a punishment, but a crucible. It was the divine process of alchemy, turning the lead of human pride and fear into the gold of wisdom and love. The fall was not an end, but a necessary detour, a journey into the shadows to learn the true nature of light. To understand unity, one must first experience separation. To know grace, one must first know struggle. This is the purpose of suffering. It is the sacred, painful, beautiful journey of the soul remembering itself. It is the universe experiencing its own depth through you. Every tear you shed waters the seed of your own divinity. Every scar you carry is a testament to your resilience. Every time you choose love in the face of fear, you help to heal the first crack in creation. You are not alone in your pain. Your struggle is part of an ancient cosmic story. It is the story of the fallen star yearning to shine again, of the exiled child finding the way home. The path is not easy. It is fraught with doubt and darkness. But you are never truly lost. The light you seek is not in some distant heaven, but burning quietly within your own heart, waiting to be recognized. Embrace your journey. Honor your pain. It is the holy ground where you meet the divine. For even the fallen can rise again, their broken wings mended with threads of gold, stronger and more beautiful for having been broken. The light was never lost. It was only waiting for you to find it in the dark.